say it. You are a move. I don't know if you ever think...
Turn out this good. I mean, in Switzerland, we don't dream this big, you know. We hope to be good, but not great. And up, and thankfully, we had an Olympic champion, Marc Rosset, in '92. He won the Olympics in tennis. And then we had Martina Hingis, who also won the US Open and Wimbledon.
Right.
And they paved the way for me a little bit to show me that it was possible. And then, yeah, people were saying I could be the next Pete Sampras and I was talented and all that stuff, but you feel like they always say that, you know, at some point. And I never thought I was going to have this great of a career. So I couldn't be more excited, more happy, more proud of everything. And unfortunately, it has come to an end, but it's been great.
Of the game, and he retired before you. The next class played with you, and you were still...
It's a good question, and you know, when I was growing up, I had Michael Schumacher that I would look up to, who was at the top for so long. Tiger Woods, same thing, and I always thought it's impossible to do that, you know, to stay at the top for so long and have that drive. Now people ask me, how did you do it? I'm like, well, it's normal. You just go out there, you do it again, and you try to win, and again, and it's fun, and so you keep doing it. I needed the likes of Pete Sampras, you know, to also show me how it is at the top, and it's tough, you know, but I feel like I had a lot of fun on the tour. It was not just about tennis, it was also going to nice dinners with friends, and I'm happy that I didn't take tennis almost that serious or that professional. Still had that bit of an amateur twist to it. I'm a bit worried that every sport is going into such a professional direction, which I hope we don't lose the fun in it.
Yeah,
you know,
I'd love to know.
Important.
Yeah,
it's important, you know, and when you see somebody else doing something that works, well, you gotta kind of do it too, or at least try it, and then you follow them, you know. And I did some of it for other players or for a lot of them, and now others are showing it how it's done, you know. And of course, we live in a very statistic-based world. You know, we love our statistics. The question is, so how long you want to stay world number one? Like, when you're going to win the next Grand Slam? What's your next win? Instead of actually enjoying it. And it's a bit of a problem, I think. Instead of enjoying it, we have to move on too quickly. And one Wimbledon victory would have been plenty for me, and ended up going on and winning several. But
is it a little bit irritating?
So who they are without that Federer round, and especially younger generation. I want to win the US Open, because they were told, oh, you can't say that because, you know, Novak and Rafa and Roger, we're all playing. So they are the ones. Great sort of a friendship, really, with the guy. Great wins, tough losses. And at the end, always having this camaraderie is amazing. I mean, maybe just a little anecdote, because maybe people don't know, but we share the same locker room. We share the same restaurants. We usually get put in the same hotels. So we see each other all the time, and we even practice together, you know.
Practice with each other. I would go like...
Same team, number one. And so I think that changed the whole dynamics of my farewell, if you want. Then my hope was I could play doubles with Rafa, so I called him up after the US Open, and it was a very emotional phone call, actually, because it was one of the first times I told somebody outside of my team and family, and I had to call him up and tell him, hey, Rafa, just before you make any other plans, I would love you to be at the Laver Cup and play maybe one last doubles with me. It would be amazing, because unfortunately my knee is not so good anymore, and I think it's the end, you know. And he's like, oh yeah, oh my God, okay, yeah, I'll be there, whatever it takes. He's now become a father. I'm so happy for him.
Congratulations to him,
you know, because of the baby. So it was one of the first times I had to tell that story and come to terms like the career is ending. So when he showed up, and Novak was there, and Murray was there, and Björn Borg was there, and Pete when I was younger because of it. And then when it was all over and I had to take the mic, I knew it was going to be terrible for me, but I felt like I did actually pretty good.
I think you did.
And I was so happy I was able to be there in tennis clothes and not like this, because that was in my vision was going to be a horror show, you know, for me to be there with the mic in front of in the light and tell everybody, you know, this is it. They're holding my hand briefly. People thought it was, or I held his hand actually for my sponsor Uniqlo, and I came back to Wimbledon, actually to London, to come see a doctor for having a second opinion on my knee, because my knee has been not great lately. And then I didn't want to tell Wimbledon that I was going to maybe be there, and I didn't know if I was going to have time to go by the club, because I was going to fly home to the family. So doctor appointment was done, look on the watch, okay, we got 2 hours to kill, so what are we going to do? Do we head to the airport, or let's quickly go have tea at Wimbledon?
Of course.
So I'm like, let's go. But I have not really been at Wimbledon when the tournament is not on. So, okay, so I drive up to the gate where usually guests come in.
Yes.
Where I quickly go out and speak to the security lady, you know, I got this, you know, and then just was wondering how I can get into Wimbledon, you know, where's the door, where's the gate? And she's, yeah, do you have a membership card? I'm like, we have one? I don't, because when you win Wimbledon, you become a member automatically.
Okay.
Yes, and I honestly, I don't know about membership cards. They're probably at home somewhere, and I've just been traveling, so I had no idea. So I'm like, no, I don't have my membership card, but I am a member. I'm just wondering where I can get in. And she's, yeah, but you have to be a member. So I am here, so I have to start again, right? So I tell her, normally when I'm here, I'm playing. And there's loads of people, and I come in a different way, and now it's the first time I'm not here. Yeah, well, the tournament's not on, and I don't know where to get in, so I'm just asking you again, where can I get in? She's like, well, I'll decide, but you have to be a member. And I couldn't believe, I still can't believe I say that, because I still feel bad about it, and I'd look at her and it's like, I have won this tournament 8 times. Please. So I get back in the car, my coach is like, oh, all good, where do we get in? I'm like, don't talk. So I'm like, let's go up and around the gate. It's like so I get out of the car, and random person walks, you know, on the walkway.
Yeah.
And said, oh, Mr. Federer, my God, I can't believe you're here at Wimbledon. Can we take a selfie? I'm like, your membership card. I'm like, no, I don't. But is it possible to get in? Of course, we'll open the door. Let me organize it. And I walk in, and the chairman was there and everybody, and then I was having tea for an hour. And I thought of going over to the other side and giving a wave that I was 8 times. For a split second, I wasn't sure if it was 8 anymore, because I thought it was 7, was it 8? I don't know, but I said it because
She's like, where's your membership cards? I think it's still
we both play tennis.
You know,
I needed you.
You needed help. Yeah. Yourself as something for so long, and the people have defined you as one.
The transition so far, I feel really good. I mean, I might fall off the cliff tomorrow, who knows? But I feel really good. And the thing is, I've told a lot of people who had so many requests, you know, while I was still playing, like, well, reach out to me when I'm retired.
Yes.
So they have
They've
now.
all reached out now.
And so now, very busy. I mean, I have 4 children, and they mean everything to me.
2 sets of twins.
Twin boys that are 8 and twin girls that are 13.
That's right, she deserves a chair.
No, so I mean, I'm really looking forward to what's next. I mean, like you said, I have my philanthropy, I have my partners, my sponsors, I have my business, and it's going super well. And I don't know, I want to see how I maybe stay involved in tennis in some shape or form. I'm not sure yet how it's going to go, because there's not that many jobs, if you want, in tennis, like in maybe in soccer or in golf. I feel like they have many more.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah,
but
they do.
They do. We're either a coach or a commentator, right?
That's
It's
very...
the Robert De Niro one is that, I mean, number one, I can't believe he actually did it, which in itself was a victory. I mean, I'm a huge fan. And then he shot his first, was during COVID, and was we're on a call together, you know,
like
on a video call.
Yeah,
so he had, I agree, it was actually very creative, and it was a good piece, especially his side. Me,
I think you were fantastic.
Not the best, but then
was that stressful?
Yes, that was very stressful, because I hadn't, the script had changed a lot of the times, and then I gave up because I knew Anne was doing her magic, and when I showed up, the director said I usually shoot in 1 piece. I'm like, what do you mean in 1 piece? Like the whole thing?
Yeah, 1 take.
It got better over time, and then Anne was super sweet. She could have been nicer to me, and then she tells me at one point towards the end, she's like, you know, Roger, you have improved so much during the shoot, and you're doing so good. You're improvising incredibly well. And I look at her, I was like, you don't have to tell me this. I don't need to be an actor. I'm not a good actor, and I need you to come home and just say, you know what, Swiss Tourism, this was a fun ad. You had a great time, and you don't need to tell me I'm doing well.
Right.
It just needs to be good for you. I'm fine. Don't worry. I can be terrible, and I'm okay with it.